Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to Looplearnings. This is the next video in the series. We are making POS management system, and in this video, we'll continue with the user interface. And particularly in this video, I want to create or complete the at least the structural skeleton of the navigation, how we are going to navigate to different forms, different features that we can access or user can access from the dashboard. So this is what we are going to build. And if you're interested, then sure, stick around till the end and watch the full video. Hopefully, you will learn thing or two from this video. Now, before I begin, I wanted to ask if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. In any case, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload a new video. Okay. Now, in the last video which I created, I have created this button which actually used to create a new order. You can see that right here. If you haven't watched that video, I would strongly suggest that you do, so you get to know what exactly we are building. So this is a blank form, blank order. We can actually create a new order using this functionality. Let's actually go ahead and do that. Okay, because in the last video I kind of got an error when we chose the customer name, but now we're not getting because we have fixed that error. And Robert Dunn Jr. is the uh, cashier or the sales executive. Okay, all right, we will add these products. Okay, this product does not have enough quantity, and we looked at making invoice also. All right, so we can actually collect the amount. Yeah, here we go. This is an error. Okay. The collected amount is zero, but still the invoice got closed. It's funny that I did not plan to actually work on invoice in this video, but because I clicked it and I wanted to check whether everything is working okay or not, and this clearly is not okay. So let me fix it first and then we will come back to the navigation. So let's go to design view. That's quite funny, to be honest. And let's click on close the invoice, dot, 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 and basically it should check, yeah, there's no condition right here that will restrict the form to give an error. Hey, you can't do that. Okay, so if for example the status is, oh, forget about status, we will look into the balance. If the amount is greater than zero in the balance, we will never close the invoice, right? Let's put that as a feature. Now, of course, you can build a feature even though it is partially invoiced. You can clear that invoice and then you can build a mechanism for collecting the balance amount from the customer. Now, we may build this feature, but later we will see. Okay. So let's go ahead and say else if me dot balance is greater than zero, then do cmd dot beep. And let's copy this message box code so I don't have to write again. This action cannot be performed as the balance amount is greater than zero. Okay, there you go. Now it should give us an error. So let's go ahead and let's go to invoice table. And right here we can see that the invoice is closed with the balance of $26, which definitely is not the right way. So we'll say invoiced. Okay, we can't actually access it because there is no way that we will access this. All right, so let's go ahead and test it. Now I want to test it, so we'll just bear with me. Okay, I know this is not meant for this video, but it's okay. We are testing, we are building at the same time. And let's add fruits and let's create invoice. Now the balance is zero. It should work. All right, let's go ahead and click here, and now you can see that it's not allowing me to have that. Okay, if let's say I collect $8, the status will be partially closed, partially collected, and now it is $1 as a balance amount. So still, it should not allow. There you go. Okay. All right. So it is working. Now we can get back to the actual purpose of this video. So let me copy this button and let me paste it multiple times so we can build the navigation right here. Let me close these forms. Okay, I'll extend this. Okay, all right, so this was to create a new order. And what else? Categories. All right, so we'll have button for categories. So we'll say manage categories rather than just categories. Okay, Hang on a second. Why I'm creating a form? That's funny. All right, so we'll say manage categories. Come on. There you go. Okay. So manage categories. What else? This is not required from navigation. Manage customers. Definitely. We do need manage customers. Okay. What else? How about if I bring manage customers on the top? Okay. How about that? And we will keep changing the um, sequence of these buttons according to the requirement. So dashboard form, this is the form itself. Invoice form, we don't need to actually um, see the invoice form from here because it is opening from the main order. POS form is opening from the create order button. Products, yes, this is the one. So manage products. Okay, I'm going to copy here. So it's right here, manage products. What else? Products list, not required. Purchase. This is not the purchase form. Actually, thinking about purchase, I still need to build this purchase order. So we'll do that perhaps in the next video. Sales F, not required. Sales item sub, not required. Users, definitely we want to manage users as well. Okay. Now, what next? You see, I'm using the word manage. Manage does not mean create. Manage would be, so basically what I want is I want a list box here. If user clicks on manage users, that list box should populate all the users from the database, and so on and so forth for all other buttons. Okay. Now, instead of create order, I will say manage orders. Okay. Now it is changed from creating, so it becomes manage. And for all the buttons, by the way, when the user will click on each button, two things will happen. Actually, three things will happen. A list box will be updated with the respective data from the database. A button which we are going to use to create record, so it will be a dynamic button, and then there will be a label which will say now opened, meaning or visible now, or just to identify which form actually we have opened or which data is displayed, so we can actually dynamically control the information that is being presented on the screen. So there's a lot that we can actually do. So let's have a list box right here. Rather than me talking, I'll bring the list box. So here we go, list box. I think we can have it right from here, so it looks nicer as well. And then we will drag and drop until the end. We'll keep the proper margins from the both sides, and let's change the color of the font, and we'll give the name to this list box. It would be list main. Okay. All right, list main. Perfect. We want the headers to be displayed. Yes, absolutely, we want. And other properties we will control with VBA. So that's good. Now we'll have a text box. Text box right here. Text box will be used to search the records. Okay. So let's get the text box. Actually, I'm going to get the same that we have used in the POS form. How about that? This one. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Let's close this POS form. And now we can actually, we'll say right here, search. That's it. And then we will have, let's increase the size. So we'll have a button as well. Now this button's name will be create. Now create what? That we will decide dynamically. But it would have a name called create. What's the height of this button? Let's see that. Let's go to property sheet. So what we are going to do basically is we're going to take the same height, and we're going to have the same height for the text box and this button as well. So here is the height. Let's select both. All right. And 0.053, that's the margin. That's interesting. So we can come here and top margin, let's say 0.1. No, 0.5. That's too much. 0.3, 0.2. There you go. Okay, this is enough. Let's make this button kind of similar. There you go. Looks a little nicer, isn't it? Let me bring this on the top. There you go. And we will increase the width of this button as well. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Now let's change the name of these controls. So instead of just command 20, we'll say btn create. And this one would be txt main search. And this one would be btn main search. Okay. And now we want to have one little label, and we'll say now showing. So because it is going to be dynamic, whatever record we are populating, that record's information should be displayed for the user, and as well as it will help us for the um, VBA as well. Okay, let's bring that to the right side, and let's bring it top margin. We'll say 0.04. No, 0.06. Yeah, I think that's fine. And we can bring this label right here. All right, perfect. Now I think there is a little bit of shape. So main search, txt main search, btn main search, btn create, and this will be lbl now showing. Okay. Now can we see the form view? Yes, absolutely. You see, we have got buttons here. We have got create button here, search, search, and now showing as well. Now, what next? Next is obviously we'll make it more beautiful. Don't worry. Next is at least we want to change a little bit. So, for example, from not manager, it should be manage. The manage order, we should actually go ahead and basically change the mechanism. So, let's go ahead and do that. Again, I will demonstrate what I'm saying rather than I will explain. So, just give me one moment. I will change a little bit here because I think the font, yeah, now it is fine. So we'll have font 10 all the way. Okay, so what should happen is when I click on manage orders, the list box should have all the orders for the current month. Okay, so that's what I want to build. Now, obviously, we will have a drop down right here. That drop down can be used for month and year as well. So let's bring that drop down so we can actually build that functionality right away. So we'll go to the form design. And why I'm bringing the drop down, if you haven't figured it out yet, I will definitely show you. I will definitely let you know later. Okay, so let's cancel this and let's delete this as well. Let me make the similar height. So height is this. There you go. Where is height? Here is height. Oh, that's too much. That's not the height I was looking for actually. There you go, this one. So width, heads, height. Yep. Okay. And the top margin is this. Okay. So this will be, by the way, month. And we will have another one for year. Okay. So we'll have CBO month and CBO year. Although we are going to work on these a little later, not now, but we kind of set the skeleton, we set the layout, and then later on we can work on making sure that we present or populate the right information everywhere. Now, before I close this video, because the whole purpose was to make a skeleton, which is already done, but I want to bring the orders onto the list box. And to do that, let me see the query, if there is any query. There is no query at the moment for sales order, so let's go ahead and make query as well. And since there is a sold queue query already, I will actually copy that, and not that actually. Let me make it from the scratch. So create, and then we go to query design, and then we go to the tables, and we fetch the tables like sales T. Okay. And I only want sales order. I'm not interested at the moment in sales items because I want to just display the sales order. That's it. sales order, and then I want customer, I want the user. Okay, so sales order, customer name, and this will be staff. Okay, and perhaps we'll bring date here. Now I want to have the year and month also, which is being fetched from the sales state. So let's go ahead and fetch the year and month. So we'll say FY, fiscal year, or calendar year, you can say, if you are using calendar year, and we'll say month, right? And then from where we are getting the month, we are getting the month from sales T table and the sales date. Okay, so there you go. That's the month, and we will have the same. Sorry, that was year. So no, I'm getting confused. Actually, I got the month, and so it should be FM, fiscal month, and I will have the same for the FY as well. Okay, so this will be year. It will fetch the year from sales T, and whatever the sales date is, it will fetch the year as well. What else? Um, how about having the month name as well? So for month name, I will type in, I'll say, there you go. You see, I'll have single M and right here built, and I'll say FM, fiscal month. And now I will say format. And what are we formatting? What is the expression? Well, we are formatting the sales date in day. Sorry, we are getting month, right? So this will be month. Okay. So let's check it out before I get out of this. So you can see month in integer, we're getting 10, and 10th month is October for 2025. There are transactions happening in September also, so we are having the September information as well. Now I'm sure you're getting my point, what exactly we are going towards. Okay, now the problem is this is you see sales ID is 4 and then 1 and 2 and 3, so it's not in the sequence, so we'll have that sequence added as well. Now we want to sort from the date perspective. So what we want is we want the latest orders on the top. So if user want to just see today's order, maybe today is 20th of the month, so I don't have to scroll all the way to go to 20th and search. I hope you're getting my point. So to do that, we will have the sorting applied here onto the sales date. So if we'll say ascend, then we can see that it starts with the first day of the month. But if we will say descend, then it should start with the pretty recent invoice, which are these two. Okay, so that's how it will be. And later we'll have a filter for month and year to fetch the and populate the information accordingly. That will be in the next video, not in this video. How about we get the amount as well? So as I said, I know I said I'm not interested in sales item, but later I realized we can actually get the total sale price as well. Okay, so we can bring it right here. We can say sale amount. Okay, and we'll save that. But with this, if I will go here, check what happens. You see, we'll have multiple records because one order can have multiple sale item. So what we are going to do is we are going to actually have query design and totals switched on. So this one is going to be sum. So now if we will go, it will actually accumulate. So sale amount will be accumulated, right? So 1, 2, 4, 3. That's the order. For each order, there is the accumulated amount. Okay, perfect. Right now, this is enough. We can extend this query. We can add more fields, but I think this should be enough. Now, before I go ahead, I will remember these fields. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are total 8 fields, and let me bring this FM field right here, and I will tell you why. Okay, let's save the query. So we'll say sales query, sales query. Okay, there you go. And now we'll go here and basically whatever the code behind manage order button, again, not manager, it's manage. So let's go to the property sheet, dot, 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 and let's basically copy this code, actually cut this code and come here, dot, 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 here we go. And now we'll start having the magic. We'll say if me dot lbl now showing dot caption equal manage or simply we'll say orders rather than manage orders. Then, okay, if that's the case, then the list box should also, the create button should change, the caption should be changed. Me dot ptn create dot caption create order. Okay. And not just that, we will also have the list box filtered with the orders. And we'll say me dot list main dot um, row source equal, and we are getting the information from the query that we have just created. Okay. So this is the query, and we'll say select. At the moment, we'll fetch all the fields, and later we will have the filtration. I don't have time at the moment, so I'll fetch everything that is coming from the query. So that's why asterisk from sales query. All right. And as I said, I'm not going to have filters. And after that, we will have basically um, the properties of the list box, some of the properties. So we'll say me dot list main dot count, column count. So how many columns? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So total is 8 column count. Me dot list main dot column widths with S. Okay. Now here we will define the column. So they will say order ID. Yes, we want, but we will have um, as 1 centimeter. Okay. I know we have to come back here, but we will first fix it first. And then the second is sale ID. So second one would be 2 centimeter. This is basically width of each column. Then we'll have customer name. It should be 3 centimeter. Then we have staff name. Again, it should be 3 centimeter. Sale amount. Sale amount should be 2 centimeter. Then we have FM. It should be 2 centimeter. And then the other two fields we will hide. We don't want to show. Yeah. So we'll say 0 centimeter and then 0 centimeter. All right. I think that's pretty much it. We'll try and we will see if this will work or not. And by the way, the code that we have cut, we will paste right here. Ptn create. Okay. Oh dear. It should be other way around. I'm sorry, guys. I know you must be thinking this guy is getting confused. And I am, because I'm in a hurry, to be honest. But I hope that it works. Okay. Now let's go there. And now when I click here, instead of opening a new form, it should actually display the information here. And the caption also should be orders, and it should be create. But there's something that I messed up. I just realized. And it should not be if condition. Okay. There should not be if condition right here. All right. So at this stage, if condition is actually not required. My bad. Okay. So caption would be, everything else will be same. And now let's go ahead and test it out. Okay, there you go. We can see create order now showing his orders. And now we have the list of orders as well. I know this is not really a right width of the columns, but let's fix it. Yeah, we'll go back here, dot, dot, dot. And instead of 1, we'll have 2. And we'll basically increase the width of each column, basically. Okay. So then we'll have equally spaced out columns. How about that? Now it is a lot. Okay. So you see, it's always the case of fixing the width of each column. Now we'll go back, and I think we have given unnecessary width here and here. Let's save that. And let's go to form view. There you go. Now it is perfect. I can see all the orders. And if I click here, I can create a new order, and it should get populated here the moment order is created. So now hopefully you got the idea what exactly is being cooked right here. It is going to be a proper application. Again, I will emphasize on this is not a random sequence of the videos. This is how I make it. All right. So hopefully you have learned something. I know this is not full-fledged features built, but again, this is the starting point, right? We are bringing everything together, and this is how we are going to go to handle all the buttons right here. Present the information, we'll create, we'll be able to filter, obviously, and we'll be able to search. All of that is going to come up in the next video. So hopefully you have learned a thing or two from this video, and hopefully you will smash the like button, and hopefully you will subscribe also. Hopefully you will press the bell icon as well. Hopefully you will join my channel as a member and to support me and my work right here. So thank you so much. If you are still watching, I really appreciate that, and I will see you in the next one.